This is the snowed-in version of the PLL recaps. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I see you. Hey. Yes, it's a mirror. I understand it's reversed, but I got that from my friend Books Boys and such. And some other cool goodies. I won his PLL giveaway. Or I was one of the winners. Okay, this is going to be a recap, theories, hints, clues, ramblings of 416 Close Encounters. Okay, so we start the episode. We see a struggle, window broken. We see a shirt that maybe Allie would have worn with "You're Too Late." Honestly, guys, I don't believe that Allie's good, despite what we saw that I'm going to talk about later, the conversation between her and Emily. A part of me feels like she staged that. She wants to see how far the girls go for her, and who's going to try to find her or help her the most to see if they're loyal. It's just another game of Allie's, and I really feel that way. We see Emily in the church, and then somebody sneaks in with black combat boots, and we find out it's Shauna, and she says that she has a message from Alison. Spencer's caught at Toby's house. Honestly, the way Mr. Hastings reacted to that whole thing, my father would have bugged, especially if I was like 17, or I don't think the girls are 18 yet. If I was wearing my boyfriend's boxers, he came down in just a towel, and it was very obvious what had happened there. My dad would not be standing there saying, "Get dressed." He would be beating Toby's ass. Especially since he's older, not by a lot. I mean, we never really find out how much older he is. I thought that he was older. Maybe he is their grade. I don't know. He seems older. Supposedly, Jason is in rehab. He was arrested for being drunk. Not sure if I believe that or not. I'm not sure. I mean, everything with Mr. Hastings and Jessica De Laurentiis that is said, or it seems like it's a cover-up for something. Ezra says to Aria, "It looks like you've seen a ghost." So I think that might be his hint to her that I know that you know that Allie's alive. And she decides she wants to be with Ezra, which, honestly, a lot of the writing in this episode, I didn't look who was the writer, is corny. Everything is set up, so it's obvious that she had to get back with him so she could find out that he's involved with something. It's just stupid. Shauna says, Alison says not to look for her anymore. And we finally find out who Shauna is, why she's around, what's her role. I mean, honestly, we really got a lot this episode. So we found out that Shauna grew up next to Allie's grandmother in Virginia. They've known each other since they were 3. And she asked her to come and to help find who tried to kill her. And Jenna is top on the list, so Shauna got very close to try to find out information if Jenna was the one. And I thought that was so fascinating, if it is true. Oh man, my note popped out of here. Whatever. So then she says that Allie wants to meet her tonight alone. Now, honestly, I thought it was a setup. I really didn't think Allie was going to be there, but and that she was Allie's favorite. So Spencer doesn't believe that it's actually Allie going to be there, probably because she's jealous, and that she knows that she's not the favorite. Mrs. Hastings apparently is coming home, which will be interesting because I remember seeing some sneak peeks of all the Hastings back together, and except Melissa. So I have a feeling Melissa's not going to be seen for a long time, and that was when they were taping these episodes. Jake sees Ezra telling someone they screwed up and sees him angry, and we find out that's Maggie's lawyer. Jessica's on the board at Radley. My whole theory about this is that Alison, they knew that Alison was alive. She was hiding away at Radley, which they kind of gave us that idea during all those seasons with all the Radley stuff. Alison was the one maybe that pushed Toby's mom off, and if the truth got out, then everyone would know that she was alive. So that's what I really think happens. I also think that Mrs. De Laurentiis may be that evil twin that we see in the twin story over the course of the seasons, the blonde, curly-haired girls. And maybe Toby's mom and her are sisters. Maybe she was the one that did it. I don't know. Or I just wrote Aria is dumb because she really is dumb, but it's not really her character. They're forcing her to go in that direction. Spencer sabotages the Alison conversation. Now Alison can't trust Emily, and who knows where that's going to lead. I'm sure they're going to be manipulated even further by her because she's angry. Now I started to get this sense that maybe Allie has multiple personalities. I've mentioned this before because I really feel that the kisses messages to the girls over the course of the show were actually from Alison. I feel like she was toying with them, much like she still is. Not to say that she doesn't like Emily, and maybe part of that scene wasn't sincere. I do think it's a game. I really do. Everything is a game with her. And like Spencer said, she's trying to divide the girls. And I don't know. I just don't know what to believe about Alison. And I thought that with her being around, that things might be a little bit more clear. And I think it's just thrown another element in to mess with us. Because, like, I think we want to believe her, and then part of us thinks she's bad, and maybe she isn't. And whatever way we go, I feel like we're going to be wrong. Toby was obviously very manipulated by Mr. Hastings. The Hastings are the most manipulative people around. They will make you believe what they believe, and you'll just won't question it. And especially his mother, his death. Spencer was pissing everyone off in this episode. Her father, Toby, Emily. She had a breakdown. I kind of felt bad for her because I'm kind of, my personality is, I guess, similar to Spencer. I want to know the answers. I will hunt to find what they are. And I don't understand when someone lets something go that may be important, like Toby's mom. So I kind of feel like I would be in the same situation if I were her. Poor Jake. Oh my God. At first, I thought they put like bricks or like something in there and he broke his foot. And then when I saw the knives, I was just like, I can't believe they took it to that level in the show, because to me that's more gore. Like, it's nasty. Mona's coming back. We've known that Mona and Ezra are going to work together. They've set the scene with that conversation, and I think it's going to be more blackmail. I know who you are, like she pretty much said in that conversation, and if you don't let me do this and this, then I'm going to tell them, or whatever it is. Mona, obviously, I think they told us, right? She has multiple personalities. I think a lot of people in the show have multiple personalities. The fact that Ezra got caught in a lie and we see his anger, and it's just like, who is this person? Because we don't know this person, and it makes me think that it's a completely different person. But maybe psychologically it is. At this point, I don't think he has a twin. I've said before, I believe Cece has a twin. And maybe Cece is the one that's after Allie and try to kill her. And I've said the whole thing about how maybe, she was accidentally killed, Cece's twin, and she's the body that was in the casket, and Allie just got to live and faked her death because Cece came for her. And I don't know, it may seem far-fetched, but you know what, this show is very far-fetched. I was pretty pleased with this, just because we found out, one, Alison didn't know who tried to kill her. Okay, I didn't mention that earlier. That was the first thing that Shauna said. Two, we know where Shauna came from, what her role is, and that Jenna is the top suspect. Okay. The ending with the picture of Allie and Shauna and ripping it and, lighting it. I think that was Jenna, because Jenna knows now, apparently knows, that she's not who she says she is. She doesn't really care about her like that. I don't know. I think that turned a new element into this, and it actually makes me kind of interested in Shauna, which this whole time, all of us didn't like her because we're like, what is she here for? And now we realize, why she said she's here, and it's like, wow, kind of makes sense, because in a way, I think she is helping Ellie, because remember we saw her in Ravenswood? She was with Jenna though, so I don't know if she obviously wasn't doing anything with Allie, but maybe she brings things to Allie. Allie was hiding there. Maybe she brings her food, clothes, stuff, magazines. I don't know. Maybe she really is helping her. It's her childhood friend, so I don't know. What do you think? Is Allie good or bad? Do you think the conversation was sincere? What do you think about Shauna? Is she telling the truth? I mean, I really think at this point, I don't think they would say all of those things if they weren't true. What do you think about Ezra and Aria? I was really disgusted by that whole brownie whipped cream scene. I didn't even talk about Hannah because I don't really care about Hannah and Travis. If you liked Caleb, you don't want to see all that. So that's why I didn't talk about her in this episode. Do you think that Emily's naive? Obviously, she still has a crush on Allie. She was getting dressed up like she was going on a date. Do you think Spencer was wrong, by sabotaging it? I mean, you've been dealing with A for how many years at this point? And if I knew my friend was going somewhere that may be in danger, I probably would follow her too. So I guess I would be just as bad as Spencer. So what were your thoughts on this episode? Next episode looks really good. I don't know, just tell me I'm wrong. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Kisses. Hey.